We could talk all day, and we should, about the failures of this administration, and we will continue to do so for another 1,459 days, because that's all that's left. Hang on, and let's protect the vulnerable from this terrible administration. 1,459 more. But today, person I've been proud to call my pastor last 20 years, the Right Reverend Rev Budde, the Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Washington, D.C., was the one leading the prayer service at the National Cathedral that was attended by the Trump family and the Vance family. She delivered a homily that was on point. I don't. Do we have it, Dan? Are we going to
I
play it, or are we
I
just going
believe
to
I have it. You
refer
want
to
to
it?
let's roll to it.
Yeah. Let me just say that. But when leaving, a reporter asked, "How was the service?" And Donald Trump said, "Not very exciting. They could have done better." It is the heart, Christian friends, of this man misunderstanding and defiling everything you think is important. How was the church service? Not very exciting. You know who says that in my life? 12-year-olds,
Yeah. And while you're
not
noticing that
78-year-old presidents of the United States. So sad.
let's roll to Marianne.
Yeah.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land. May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people in this nation and the world. Amen.
Amazing.
Simply the best.
Yeah.
Simply the best. He's just, for a group of unserious people, let me just say, in my view, that whole band of people sitting there that we were watching below the screen, an unserious group of people.
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
He's-
Met their match in Reverend Rev Budde, who is a person of compassion and kindness and hospitality and leadership, and is a generous, kind, competent person, and called them straight to their faces what she would say in church every Sunday. Wouldn't change a word. That's courage.
Yeah.
She will say the same things that she says to the congregation at the cathedral, that she said when she was the pastor of St. John's Episcopal Church in Minneapolis, which is where I met her, what I've heard her say around the dinner table. She will say it right there with the same kindness, same gentleness, and same leadership.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody there was taking notes on what leadership would look like? Wasn't very exciting. Could have done better.
Could have done better.
Yeah.
Nope. Couldn't have done any better, Don. Couldn't have done any better. Now, you, on the other hand, have a chance to do a little better, and you're off to a rocky start, to say the
Be
least.
better.